Well, good morning folks, and welcome back to another video. Welcome to the channel, to new members, new subscribers. Thank you for joining. Hope you're going to enjoy today's content. Today we're on the island of Jersey in the Channel Islands, south of the UK, just off the coast of Normandy in France. And you're looking at Jersey International Airport. This is the payware scenery by UK 2000 Scenery. Gary Summons, who's a regular developer and designer for scenery for Flight Simulator over the years in the many various versions, has now produced Jersey for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. And this video is going to be a review where we'll take a closer look at the airport and see what he's done. For those of us who fly out of the UK, Jersey is a really nice destination and in many ways quite a challenge. It's not a huge runway, although it has an ILS at both ends. Jersey is often enveloped by crazy weather in the Channel Islands and can be fun to try and get in and out of. I've had a brief look at the scenery and it really does look good. It's probably one of Gary's better products, and I have many of his products for P3D and FSX in the past, and he's done a really good job. So anyway, let's get down and dirty and have a look at this airport on the island of Jersey, and we'll go through some history as well. So Jersey is an international airport located in the parish of St. Peter, 4.6 miles or 7.4 kilometres northwest of the capital St. Helier. Jersey is one of two Crown dependencies, part of the bailiwick of Jersey, the largest of the islands, together with the bailiwick of Guernsey, which includes Alderney, Guernsey and Sark and some of the smaller islands. Although actually not part of the United Kingdom, the UK is responsible for defence and international relations. The capital of Jersey, St. Helier, has a population of 33,500 people. In 1937, the island government opened an airport with 4 grass runways, the longest being 2,900 feet or 896 metres, with a concrete centreline. Concrete taxiways were added during the war by the Luftwaffe, who also built one of the hangars previously used by Jersey Airlines. A 4,200 foot or 1,280 metre tarmac runway was opened in 1952, and the grass strips were closed. Over the years, the current runway length was extended many times. It now reaches 5,597 feet or 1,706 metres. It's 150 foot wide, 46 metres. Designated originally as runway 0927, the runway was redesignated in 2014 as 0826 due to a shift in the magnetic variation. In 2012, the States of Jersey successfully completed an integration with Jersey Harbours, and this became the Ports of Jersey. 2018, there were approximately 1.66 million passengers use the airport and over 42,000 aircraft movements. Originally, the terminal was designed with a control tower between the arrivals and departures area. 1976, the terminal was extended and a new departures terminal was opened in 1997, adjoining the existing terminal. By late 2010, a new control tower was opened and all the operations were moved to the new buildings. The old buildings were scheduled for demolition in late 2011. These buildings contained a large amount of asbestos, but the work never began because the buildings were listed as protected historical buildings. However, by March 2014, it was decided on the grounds of aviation safety that demolition would take place. Jersey is part of the Common Travel Area, meaning limited ID card checks before boarding flights to the UK and the Republic of Ireland, but full passport checks for other countries. Airlines using the airport include British Airways, EasyJet, Eurowings, Lufthansa and Eastern Airways, seasonally from Humberside. Jersey also hosts the Jersey International Air Display each September, of course this was before COVID, and accommodates quite a large GA community. Islefly and Aviation Beauport Limited are based at the airport and offer worldwide private charters. So there you go, a brief history of Jersey and the airport. As you can see from the images here, it's a beautiful island, and quite a nice airport has been done right in the middle of this island. So a really nice destination to fly to. It's only a short trip from the south coast. So there you go, that was a brief history of the island and the airport. Let's get right down to it now and have a look at the airport close up and see what sort of a job Gary has done. So we're just going to start at the western end of the airport, close to the threshold of runway 08, just to show you some of the detail that Gary's worked on. Some of the buildings here, you can see the radar dome, animated radar dome. Here you can see the entry to the threshold of runway 08. Again, you can see the fence line has been done very, very nicely. So the entry there, the taxiway signage is good. We've even got the flashing wigwabs, which is a regular feature of this airport and of Gary's work generally. And just on the south side here, again, you can see the fence line, and we've got the silt pit, which they sometimes use in the winter, and some other bits and pieces there you can see. A nice static aircraft there, a Hercules sitting there, which looks good. And there's one of the balancing ponds on the airport. So let's go cruise the airside area of the stands here. And you can see, very, very nice detail. We've got some moving people, which is good. The ramp detail is excellent, extremely clear, with the appropriate blobs of oil. And as you can see, beautiful attention to detail here with the signage. Again, a couple of animated people, passengers. Ground clutter looks good. Building is very highly detailed, very, very nicely done. So a nice amount of ground clutter, tugs, buses, bits and pieces. The control tower is filled. We'll have a look at that in a minute. And there you've got fire trucks. And this is the corporate aviation area. Beautiful, with the aircraft been done beautifully there. A couple of Gulfstreams sitting over there to the right. And excellent done inside the hangar. Very, very nice. Anybody remember the Learjet from the very first flight simulator? So let's just go across and have a look at the control tower. Again, this airport has got a certain ambience about it which looks great. We will look at it at night time and during the dusk hours, as I always do. So there you go, we've got some people inside the control tower, and we've got low resolution radar screens and bits and pieces. Not sure I would find yellow jacketed personnel inside the control tower, but no problem, it's great. So here's a look across the landside part there, and as you can see, a really lovely attention to detail. The car park is highly detailed, lots of different cars, flags, foliage, there's even palm trees, and yes, Jersey does have palm trees. Let's go down and have a look at the landside road and see how everything looks. So there's the Welcome to Jersey sign on the right there. And this is one of the newer buildings, and as you can see, you've got people there. Maybe have a look inside. Okay, no internal development, but that's okay, that's fine. And there's the sign there. So continue the tour of the landside road here by the terminal. Really does look nice. We've got some people there. As you can see, the building is divided into two halves, arrivals and departures. I have looked inside the building, there's no internal development. But as you can see, it looks great. I think it looks lovely. It's a lovely job. So there's an overview of the landside area with the terminals there and the runway in the distance. And again looking towards runway 26 threshold there. And as you can see, the corporate aviation hangar area there with various aircraft. I particularly like the 737-800 private jet there and the Gulfstream sitting in the distance. So we go across and have a look at the general aviation area, which is right up by the threshold of 26 here. As you can see, it's fine, it is great, it's got all you need. Visually looks very nice, nothing looks out of place, foliage is good. And there you can see we've got some people, little outdoor seating area there. And there you've got your aircraft parked. Fence line again. Lovely buildings. And as you can see, some development as well outside the airport. Some of these are stock buildings, but Gary's added a few cars, a little bit of colour, makes things look a little bit more realistic. And there we are looking at the threshold of 26. Again, you can see the wigwags there, which are really good. So again, looking from the landside area, there's a road with a truck coming up there. Again, Gary's added a few cars and a few bits and pieces here just to improve the area slightly. Very nice indeed. Okay, so let's set dusk and have a look at see what the lighting's like. Okay, 7:45 in the evening, local time. And as you can see, the lighting's just sort of come on. And it looks quite nice. From here you can see the apron area is correctly lit. You've got the blue airfield boundary edge lights and green centerline taxiway lights as well. So a closer look at the terminal per se and the control tower. We've got lighting on the outside of the control tower there. And adequate lighting. Again, you can see the lights themselves here, for example, are actually shining down and producing the correct amount of lighting in the right place. You get so many sceneries where you get lighting of the ramp, but you can't see any lights that have produced that lighting. So again, hats off to Gary for getting that right. And as you've seen, we have some vehicles that have their lights lit as well. There's the truck with the lights there, centerline lighting you can see, and again, very nice adequate lighting. So just looking at the terminal itself, again, even though nothing has been built inside, you've got this, the outside of the terminal has been nicely done light-wise to give you the illusion that there's something more than just glass, which is great. And there's the inside of the corporate jet hangar, again nicely lit. You can see the roof lighting, again, that is producing the light in the right places. Very nice indeed. So just looking across the landside area, again beautifully light, very, very nicely lit, no problems. You see a lot of these in sceneries. The effect that they produce is really nice, but of course when you get up close they're not really as they should be. They seem to be sort of just hanging lights, and there are a lot of them in various sceneries. When you get away from them, the effect is really quite nice, but when you get up close to a scenery, to see them sort of floating in the air with no pole is a little bit disconcerting, but again, I can deal with that, no problem at all. Nicely lit terminal landside there. Again, you've got this illusion of things going on inside because of the lighting on the windows. People still there, and the flags. And the rent-a-car offices. And the Jersey building there to the west side with people landside. Again, nice lighting. Signage is good, particularly like the way these have been done. It just adds to the ambience of the place. Very nice indeed. So let's have a look at runway lighting while we're here. As you can see, there are the wigwags. Going to go out towards the coast. It's a beautiful island and certainly worth exploring in Flight Sim 2020. Looks beautiful. Okay, runway end identifier lighting. Runway lighting is good all the way around it. We've got PAPIs. There's ILS at both ends of this runway, and as you can see, the taxiways are well lit. Centerline lights look good. Very nice. Let's have a look at the other end. So we traverse the runway here, and you can see the markings are typical UK markings. There's the high-speed runoff area for 08. And down to the right you can see the GA apron there. And there you can see runway 26 has the high-intensity runway lighting system, which takes you all in to the airfield. Very nice indeed. Beautiful sunset, and the ambience is excellent. Okay, so let's take a look at night time now, see what it looks like. Okay, 10:15 at night, and as you can see, total darkness, but the airport itself is well lit. Runway lighting looks good as well. All the lights show up nicely. Very impressed with the way that looks. Let's get a bit closer to the terminal area. As you can see, perfectly good. Landside looks really nice, very impressive. Now the ramp looks good. We've got some animated people here. The ground signage, taxiway signage is excellent, as are the signs in the grass, although they don't light up the grass in front of them, but that's not a problem. So looking at the sands on the north side of the terminal, look really nice. We've got some people in there too. As you can see, we've got seating in the inside part of the terminal here, so this has been developed somewhat. Interesting lighting. Very nice indeed. It's nice to see the development being done. And we've got the drinks machine there, which is nice. I think my only criticism would be the lighting. The lighting is excellent, but the source of the lighting is not shown. You've got this sort of big thing here which gives you the light inside the building, but there are actually no lights in the ceiling. And probably this is the only other criticism I have. The buildings aren't properly joined up and you've got gaps here. The flickering is probably my graphics card. I don't think it's a problem with the building at all, per se. But nice to be able to see out through the glass onto the ramp. And we've got more people inside here. and just take a tour down here and have a look. Nicely done. Very impressive. Nice to see these things being done by developers. You know, it just adds to the ambience of the place. And again, I like the fact that you can see out of the windows. Okay, the departures board is a good idea, but it's not very clear, unfortunately. It'd be nice to see that sharpened up. But again, you can see outside of the windows to the ramp. And really, I suppose my only other criticism would be the continuous use of the same types of people. We've seen this lady and this sort of group of people repeated various times through the building. But no, that's fine. You know, it adds to the ambience, and it adds to the product and improves it. Again, you've got the departures board. I like to see these cleaned up and sharpened up a bit, really. So just outside the building there, you can see into there, which is good. And you've got the fire trucks over there that are the right coloration for the Jersey Fire Service, the Airport Fire Service. Our ramp looks good. Again, these lights do a really good job, and plenty of light. You won't have any problem departing or parking here. It's a lovely airport. It's very nicely done. I like the way it's been done. It's very impressive. Adequate lighting, visually very pleasing. When you know, airports have really gone up a step in Flight Sim 2020, and developers are starting to produce amazing stuff. Very nice indeed. Not a bad rendition of the Hercules. It's a little bit blurry, but not bad at all. Very nice. The lighting is just lovely. Very impressed with it. As you can see, the overall ambience of the place is just spot on. Really like it. It's a lovely scenery, and you do get an awful lot for the price. I think that's one thing that's always impressed me about Gary's products. He charges a really good price, very competitive, but the work he puts into his developments is excellent. I've had many of Gary's products over the years since FSX. I'm happy to see these starting to do this sort of thing in Flight Sim 2020. Very impressed with it. Okay, so let's have a look at dawn. So 10 to 8 in the morning there. As you can see, the lights are still on. We're just coming up to sunrise. Just thought I'd take a quick look. That looks really nice. So let's go into dawn proper, bring the sun up a bit more. So it's 9 AM, the sun is well up. There's the airport looking towards the northeast. Very nice indeed. Very impressive. There's a lot to explore in Jersey, so certainly worth flying out here, and then maybe taking a light aircraft and have a look round. Very nice. You can see the way that the early morning light falls on the airport, produces the right sort of shadows. Visually very pleasing. Just a quick look at the fire station there. You can see he's done that really well. And you've got two of the vehicles sitting there. And just a last look at the central area there. Very nice product. So there you are, folks. Thank you very much for joining me in this review. I hope you've enjoyed it. This is Jersey International Airport on the island of Jersey in the Channel Islands off the coast of France, and about a short hop 50-minute flight from Gatwick or Heathrow on the south side of the United Kingdom. Sceneries by Gary Summons, who of UK 2000 Scenery, starting to produce some good products now for Flight Sim 2020. It's been in the business a long time, and I, for one of his many supporters. His work is really good, particularly when you're looking for UK airports. This is another example of just how good an airport can look in Flight Sim 2020 when you've got the right development going on. Would I buy it? Yes, I mean, I have bought it. This has not been given to me by review. I paid for it, and it's a product that I've got and have paid for. So as usual, the comments are my own. I've not been coerced in any way by the developer. Gary updates his work quite a lot. Now he's got a vibrant forum where you can go and get support and talk to him about different things. So I'm very happy to recommend Gary's work. It's continually evolving and getting better, and his prices are extremely competitive. So thanks again for joining me for this review of Jersey International Airport. Hope you've enjoyed it. Happy to talk to you and listen to any comments you wish to make in the comments down below. Prices and everything will be put up here as well, and for your enjoyment. So this is Lee, Virtual Airline Pilot, saying goodbye for now. Thank you for joining me for another review. I will see you in the next video. Take care. Have a great weekend, folks. Bye for now.